everyone, this is Maki. Are you enjoying the movie Gundam Seed Freedom? In Japan, the theatrical release has ended. Though there may be some single screenings, with special schedules in some theaters, the official theatrical release has ended. However, the movie is still being released in various countries around the world. Let's continue to enjoy it together. This time, let's look at the comments of the director Mitsuo Fukuda and some hidden little elements in the movie. We will discuss content that contains spoilers for the movie. If you want to watch the movie without any prior information, we recommend that you watch this program after you've seen the movie. By the way, the forces of the Blue Cosmos are approaching your home. Don't worry, I prepared a mobile suit for you to use against them. Simply press the subscribe button to activate the Zaruto. Use its powerful artillery to defeat those foolish noodles. First, let's take a look at the video released by the computer graphics team of the production staff. This is a short video that was made to thank the fans. It shows mobile suits and battleships lined up on the screen. This presentation is similar to a curtain call in stage arts like opera and musicals, where all the performers come on stage after the story ends to thank the audience. Did you notice something? That's right! Zaruto is missing. He bravely intercepted Blue Cosmos at the beginning of the movie, but his character is missing here. Is it because it's set in space? There is also no sign of Baku. He was shown operating under Backfield's command in the plants. Baku and Zaruto are mobile suits designed for activities in gravity-free environments. The video is set in space. Certainly, given the setting, it would be odd for Baku and Zaruto to be there. However, both Seigak and Infinite Justice Gundam Type 2 appear in the same scene. If that's the case, it should be fine to have Zaruto and Baku. What's going on here? There are possible explanations. Both Zaruto and Baku had very brief appearances. It may be that computer graphics was not created for parts of the body that do not appear on screen, such as the underside of the body. Even so, computer graphics played a large role in this movie. If this curtain call video had been made by hand, it would have taken an incredible amount of time. Of course, it's not as if this video was made in an instant. However, the fact that it was created in a hurry for a thank you message that wasn't originally planned is a remarkable aspect. This video clearly shows the progress of technology. Now let's look at Mr. Mitsuo Fukuda's comments. I've already shared most of the details, but I'll do my best to uncover and share more. The Orpheus floating in the water at the beginning of the movie wasn't originally created for this movie. It was actually prepared for an anime scenario to be released between Seed Destiny and Seed Freedom. The control devices for the missiles used by the Eurasian Federation are shown as very old and worn out. This is because they haven't been updated with new equipment in over 10 years. Let me introduce some ideas that weren't used in the movie. In the actual movie, it was assumed that it would take about 2 days to visit the Foundation Kingdom and fight Blue Cosmos. Originally, we had planned for it to take about 4 days. There was a scene where Lars and Kira had a fight, and Kira had Lars deeply and made her cry. There were also ideas for scenes at Kira and Lars' home. One scene involved Kira having a nightmare and unintentionally having a sexual relationship with Lars. In the initial planning stage, Agnes was supposed to die and leave the story. However, with the inclusion of the comic scenes with Athrun and Cavalli, Agnes was kept alive. Looking back on these ideas, there is a sense of nostalgia for the Seed series, which received not only support but also much criticism during the TV anime broadcast. The suggestion for Stella Lucer's appearance came from Ms. Liu Goto, who was involved as a scriptwriter. In the final scene, there is a part where Lois Klein speaks a line. However, this line didn't exist in the original plan, and it was originally intended to be portrayed with just music. I still remember the welcome on stage on the first day of the film's release. The silence of the audience made an impression on me. I wondered if we had failed, but I'm really happy that many fans enjoyed it. Thank you all! The story depicted between Seed Destiny and Seed Freedom is the Freedom Robbery incident. Fukuda has mentioned in past stage greetings that the writing of the story was completed in the past. It may reveal the origins and secrets of the occult. Many fans are curious about Lois Klein's mother. Let's wait with anticipation. The scenes with Kira and Lars are also surprising. In the TV anime, the scene where Kira gets into a relationship with Frey shocked viewers. A similar scene was planned for the movie. That idea wasn't used. Maybe it was considered too shocking. The idea of Agnes' death has also been mentioned in past comments. Agnes would have been killed by Shur, who was angry at Agnes for interfering in the duel between Shur and Athrun. Then Athrun, enraged by Shur's actions, would defeat Black Knight Squad Shiver. However, Fukuda said that would make Athrun just a cool character. A character who is just cool, lacks charm. That's why we went with the comic scenes. This idea was accepted by the fans. In the middle of the movie, Athrun appears with a very serious expression. But there's a joke among Japanese fans that Athrun was probably thinking about Cagalli's sexy appearance when he came to help Kira in the Zilgo arc. Now, let's check out Fukuda's comments along with some hidden details in the movie. There is a small element hidden in the missile launcher. The missile launch equipment of the Eurasian Federation shows a timer. When you watch the movie, pay close attention to the timer's progress. First, the Black Knight Squad starts attacking Kira. At this point, a line is spoken will settle this in 2 minutes. Then, the battle between Rising Freedom and the Black Knight Squad begins. As the battle starts, the timer is also displayed on the screen. At this point, the timer shows that 10 minutes have passed. Kira is holding out under very unfavorable conditions for 10 minutes. Let's recall Kira from a little earlier in the scene. Due to Griffin's mental attack, Kira is confused. At this time, Kira sees Michael freeing and Wayne's hands. However, the cockpit monitor of Rising Freedom shows a forest area. At this point, Mao Ramius analyzes the abnormal situation in the novel version. Rising Freedom is flying at maximum speed, and anything other than mobile suits or fighter jets should have been immediately restrained. However, no such entities are displayed on the radar. Kira witnesses Michael freeing in his car. Kira herself does not understand the abnormality of Kira's inability to catch up with the car in Rising Freedom. Kira's mind was in a state of extreme confusion. When the battle with the Black Knight Squad began, it is unclear to what extent Kira had recovered mentally. However, it couldn't have been a full recovery. Despite Kira's state, Shura and the others couldn't secure a victory for over 10 minutes. In the final battle of the movie, Shura destroys the Arm of Infinite Justice piloted by Athran. Shura's piloting skills are certainly not low. He is quite a powerful pilot. Kira's ability to withstand Shura's attacks in such a disadvantageous situation for over 10 minutes is truly remarkable. When you watch the movie, pay attention to the missile launcher's timer as well. Seed Freedom has many more interesting elements hidden within it. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next program.